Daybreak begins at 6 a.m. with breaking news. At least 3 people are dead and 2 are hurt after a shooting on the University of Virginia grounds. And this is who police think is behind it. Christopher Jones, who we learned is a current student at UVA. This all started late last night.
But the search for Jones continues hours after the first shots were fired. We have team coverage this morning. Casey Baylor shows us how the community is reacting to the news. But first, let's go to Alex Littlehales in Charlottesville.
So, Alex, what have you learned?
Dan, Ashley, we've been providing updates all morning here in Charlottesville. UVA police actually just tweeted that folks here in the city should expect an extensive search on the grounds of UVA and that people should anticipate seeing an increased level of police activity as they are still searching for Christopher Jones. Some other updates from UVA President Jim Ryan. We learned that Jones, as described by Ryan, is, quote, one of our students. So that kind of gives us a little bit more background into the nature of this case. He also mentioned in a recent update just about a half hour ago that classes will be canceled today. That comes as there is still a shelter in place for UVA students and really just the residents of Charlottesville, again, as authorities are still searching for Christopher Darnell Jones. As you can see behind me, over my right shoulder, this is still an active scene. We're on the outskirts of the police perimeter here on Culbreth Road, which is where police say the shooting started at about 10:30 last night. But as of this moment, it's been about 7 hours since the first gunshots were reported here near the center of grounds here at UVA versus now. There are consistent updates from authorities and agencies about the suspect, but we still have not heard that Jones has been captured by authorities. This is a multi-agency investigation. There's the Virginia State Police here, Charlottesville UVA Police. We also know that there is a helicopter search around the city as well, looking for Jones. Again, as at this time, the important thing is that Charlottesville really is under a shelter-in-place order right now. A lot of misinformation and a lot of inaccurate information as this case moves forward. But again, continuing to provide updates, the latest information here in Charlottesville. Live in Charlottesville, I'm Alex Littlehales for 13 News Now.
Alex, great job getting us all the accurate info that we do have confirmed at this hour. Thank you. Meanwhile, the UVA community is reacting to this tragedy. Many are sharing how terrifying this situation is.
So Casey Baylor joins us now. Casey, students in the area still under a shelter-in-place advisory?
Yeah, and so the situation has a lot of people talking online, recounting what they heard this morning and checking in on those living on or nearby campus. Now, we did gather a couple of reactions for you. Let's start first with state delegate, I should say, Sally Hudson. She tweeted not too long ago, devastating news for the Charlottesville community. Please continue to keep in mind the emergency guidance. We also have some reaction from a UVA alum, also a safety for Kansas City Chiefs. He wrote, prayers out to my UVA family and all the families that were involved in the situation. And this one coming from a student on campus. He wrote, I will not sleep until I know that my friends are okay. University President Jim Ryan also tweeting initially when the situation happened, and then here is his full update with all of that updated information that we just heard from Alex not too long ago. Lastly, we also saw, or I should say, I'm going to get one more student in here, right here, who heard the gunshots at UVA while studying in his room. He says this is terrifying. And then last one from Who Crew, wrote, as a UVA alum and a person who lives on grounds, this is a horrifying night for anyone and everyone involved. And we should also mention, take a look at your screens, the university set up a hotline for family and friends to try and get some information. They can be reached at 877-685-4836. Dan, Ashley.
Okay, Casey, thanks.
Well, let's talk about this chilling tweet from UVA police. Run, hide, fight. It's become a hallmark of the FBI's active shooter training.
All right, but what exactly does it mean? Essentially, if there's a safe path available, run. If you can't get out safely, hide. 13 News Now sat in on training hosted by the Norfolk Sheriff's Office a few weeks ago. Here's how they demonstrate how to do that during an active shooter situation.
What they're going to do in here is they're going to put as much as they can in front of the door, barricade it. Next thing they're going to be doing is they're going to be turning off the lights. They're going to be silencing their cell phones, just so that they're kind of hidden. We want, if there's a shooter in this building, we want them to kind of pass on by.
And as a last resort, if you're in danger, the FBI says to fight like your life depends on it. That includes stopping the shooter and even using improvised weapons.
As we follow developments out of Charlottesville, another college tragedy, this one in Idaho. 4 University of Idaho students were found dead after an apparent homicide near the university. All classes are canceled today. No word yet on a suspect. We'll be following all of these stories throughout Daybreak, so be sure to download the 13 News Now app. You'll receive breaking news alerts as we get them.
Good morning, I'm Angelo Vargas in Newport News. Newport News police and investigators are looking into why a man was shot on Traverse Road, which is near J. Clyde Boulevard, Sunday afternoon. Some homeowners in a Newport News community are trying to understand why a man was shot near their neighborhood. Lisa Booth lives near where the shooting happened and says the violence needs to stop.
So I just hope everything get better. It's just these guns out here, these kids with these guns, it's just horrible.
Today at 4 o'clock, Newport News Police Chief Steve Drew and other officers will hold a community walk near STS Constantine and Helen Creek Orthodox Church. That's on Traverse Road. Now, officers tell us they'll go into the neighborhood to see if anyone has more info about that shooting.
Representatives for Legacy Lounge in Norfolk say they have new video that sheds light on the situation that led up to a shooting outside that nightclub. It happened back in August, and as a result, the city revoked the business's conditional use permit. Legacy's representative says the owners want to sit down with city officials about a path forward to resume business. Police in Portsmouth are looking for a shooting suspect after a 68-year-old was caught in the crossfire at the St. Mark Deliverance Center parking lot. They are searching for a Nissan Frontier Pro 4X with dark tinted windows. We're told it was last seen taking off onto Turnpike Road near Frederick Boulevard. If you know that truck or anything about its owner, contact police. And tomorrow, Virginia Beach will host a public comment session about the proposed Something in the Water contract. Next year, the festival is coming back to the oceanfront. That session will be during the City Council meeting at 6 tomorrow night in Council Chambers. The festival is scheduled for next April. Those are your morning headlines. Here's Craig. One thing to know about the weather.
All right, we'll take a look at downtown Norfolk right now. Things are looking pretty good across the area. It is chilly, no doubt about that. You can see the horizon brightening, some of the clouds out there. We've got a mix of clouds and clearing close to the coast. It is mainly clear farther inland, but a real pretty look at Norfolk. Right now, 45, partly cloudy. Winds are north at 14 miles per hour. So we'll check our temperatures, and you can see those upper 20s far inland, low 30s, Wakefield and Franklin down through Ahoskie. We're in the mid to upper 30s from Suffolk and Newport News over to Hampton, and then low 40s around Chesapeake and Elizabeth City with warmer conditions around Norfolk and Virginia Beach. You factor in the wind, and this is what it's feeling like, 35 right now in Chesapeake. I hope you have your coat. 33 in Newport News. It currently feels like it's about 32 in Edenton and 33 at Currituck. Also, Melfa feeling like 33 degrees right now. Radar is sweeping clear across the area. It is going to be a nice day today. Dry conditions, but cool with temperatures staying in the low 50s through the afternoon. So not a bad day here, Bethany. We've got rain in the forecast for tomorrow. I'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, thanks, Craig. Taking a live look here over 64 in Norfolk. This is near Chesapeake Boulevard. It's right at Chesapeake Boulevard. 64 eastbound coming toward the camera here, and then your eye goes to these flashing lights. That is Chesapeake Boulevard right there, or exit 278. If you're more familiar with the numbers, again, 278 or Chesapeake Boulevard. Before, this wasn't causing a problem, but they just put out these flares right here, blocking off the exits. So Chesapeake Boulevard no longer accessible via 64 eastbound. So if you're traveling 64 east and your plans to take Chesapeake Boulevard, come up with a different plan this morning because this exit is closed. You can exit just a bit before that and then hop on Chesapeake that way, or you can take exit 279 as well as you're coming down. Just that's all I'm monitoring. And this isn't a huge deal, just affecting those of you that need to exit off Chesapeake Boulevard. But there are so many other ways for you to get that, so I'm not super concerned with that closure. I'll let you know when that does open back up. The rest of our viewing area doing okay. A little congestion starting up. I'll have a look at your drive times coming up in just minutes. Guys.
Bethany, thanks. We are following breaking news in Charlottesville. Since we came on the air, we've learned 3 people are dead and 2 others hurt after a shooting on the grounds of the University of Virginia. An update just minutes away.
Many people have been blaming politicians for inflation and high gas prices. How much power they actually have when it comes to the two.
13 News Now and Hampton Roads Transit would like to inform the community of job opportunities available right now. HRT is now hiring for positions in bus operator, trainee, and mechanics. Come to the HRT Career Fair this Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Norfolk.
At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Taos for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing. Limited inventory available.
Things you didn't want to be doing. Don't throw all that hard work away. Your GI Bill is easily worth more than $100,000 in education and housing benefits. Don't waste it.
For more details, visit ecpi.edu. Military Now Education Tips are sponsored by ECPI University, ranked #1 best for vets 3 years in a row for career and technical colleges.
ECPI University is what I needed when I was coming out of the military. I wanted to get out of the military and get to work.
0 to bachelor's in 2.5 years. I could do that.
Because it's so short and so focused, you just stay on that adrenaline train.
Being able to come in at ECPI University and go hands-on with what I'm trying to learn was perfect for me.
Hands-on learning, faster completion, ranked #1 best for vets 3 years in a row for career and technical colleges. ECPI University.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR on the 2023 Tucson, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Plus get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
Want a health plan with better rates and better benefits, like a broad network without referrals, with on-demand virtual care and emergency travel assistance so you can get help when you need it most. Don't forget about no-cost preventive care checkups and wellness discounts for a healthier, happier you. Enroll now for coverage starting January 1st. Optima Health, a health plan you can count on.
This atmosphere doesn't look like it can sustain life.
It can. Just not conducive to human life.
Wait, what was that?
There's something coming in.
Run!
It's in my lungs.
Don't breathe it in! If only there was someone who could help.
Yeah.
We'll call and get the crawl space smell checked out.
From crawl space encapsulation to waterproofing and foundation repair, we'll remove all the drama of keeping your home healthy.
Known best for being better. JEF.
At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing. Limited inventory available.
You're back with Daybreak at 6:13 with breaking news. At least 3 people are dead and 2 are hurt after a shooting on the grounds of the University of Virginia. And you're looking live at the scene right now where we have a crew stationed. Students in the area have been under a shelter-in-place order since about 10:30 last night.
University police say they're searching for this man, Christopher Jones. And since we came on the air, we have learned Jones is a student there. That's according to a statement from the university's president. At this hour, Jones is still on the run. Police have been sharing information about Jones, though. He was last seen wearing a burgundy jacket, blue jeans, and red shoes. He may be driving a black SUV with Virginia license plate number TWX 3580. If you know anything that can help, contact police. And this just in, we're getting reaction from Governor Glenn Youngkin. He tweeted that he and his wife are praying for the UVA community. He also added that UVA police are working with Virginia State Police. So again, we're getting new information and bringing it to you as soon as we get it. This is, of course, a developing story, so we'll continue to bring you the latest. But for now, we get a look at your daily checklist.
And we begin with an announcement expected later today. Happening today, we could soon learn if Aaron Rouse will run for Jen Kiggins' old state Senate seat. Rouse is making an announcement at 9:30 this morning on Virginia Wesleyan's campus. The Virginia Public Access Project lists Rouse and Kevin Adams as the 2 candidates for Kiggins' 2nd congressional seat. Adams confirmed he is running, but Rouse told us to stay tuned for an announcement soon. That election will likely be held before January. The Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office tells us scammers are pretending to be deputies in order to get your money. The Sheriff's Office says the scam starts with a phone call from a person claiming to be a law enforcement officer. Remember, law enforcement will not call or email you to get money or threaten arrest. If you receive a call like this and you don't know if it's real or fake, hang up and call police. And today, the City of Norfolk and Carnival Cruise Line is making an announcement. Carnival is expected to reveal its plans for next year and beyond. Leaders say the announcement will benefit residents and members of the travel and tourism industry. It's at 11 at the Half Moon Cruise and Celebration Center at Nauticus.
Why do elected officials have very little control over inflation and gas prices? It's been a hot topic this election cycle. It seems like everything costs more these days, and voters are looking for someone to blame. But according to the experts, there isn't a lot politicians can do to lower costs, no matter which party they're in. That's because the issues we're facing, inflation and higher energy prices, are global problems, not just United States problems. When it comes to inflation, the rate right now in the U.S. is just more than 8%. Meanwhile, countries like the United Kingdom and Germany are over 10%. The Netherlands is nearly 15%. The global pandemic, followed by a supply chain crisis, followed by the war in Ukraine, have been shocks to the global economy. And since the United States is part of the global economy, Americans have also felt the shockwaves. When it comes to public policy to deal with inflation, there's no silver bullet. Experts told the Washington Post, while there are small moves elected leaders could make to fix the problem, the solutions would be too little too late for the people struggling to afford groceries every week. That's because the private sector drives the economy, not Washington, D.C. With The Why, I'm Brandy Smith.
Turning now to your voice, your vote. Over the weekend, Democrats gained control of the Senate. Democratic wins in Nevada and Arizona solidified the party's 50 seats. Now, one seat is still up for grabs in Georgia, but that will be decided in a runoff election next month. Now, as for the House, the balance of power is still up in the air. Republicans are in the lead with 212 seats. Democrats have 204 seats. A party needs 218 to gain majority. Several races across the country have yet to be called. Dan?
All right, now let's get a check your forecast. Here's meteorologist Craig Muller.
All right, Dan, we're going to take a look at the conditions out there. But first, I want to start with a look at what we reached yesterday. 67 was the high. Normally, we're at 62. Cooler air has moved in, and today we're going to be about 11 degrees or so below what is typically expected this time of year. We did pick up 0.06 of an inch of precip yesterday, and for the year we are still about 10 inches below average. So we could still use a little bit of rain. We'll see good chances for rain tomorrow afternoon and evening, and after that, more sunshine as we head to the weekend. Today, partly cloudy skies. This obviously cool for this time of year. Just showed you what average is. We have winds coming in from the north right now at about 10 to 15 miles per hour widespread. At the airport, we were at 17 miles per hour, and we have seen a few higher gusts as well. You can see the skies are mainly clear for inland areas. We do have a little bit of coastal cloud cover, though, and there are more clouds off to the north. Generally today, with the winds coming in from the north, that keeps our temperatures down, and we're still going to see the opportunity for clouds to kind of come off the bay with this cooler air kind of blowing in over the warmer bay waters. And you see that this morning. Look at the little plume here. It's almost like a bay effect snow shower that you'd get, where you get a few flurries. Well, it's not that cold, not cold enough to support that right at the coast, but you have a similar effect helping produce some of the cumulus clouds that are forming and coming off the bay. So it's just one of those things to note. Winds have been a little gusty this morning. We had a gust to 21 there at Norfolk. We've also seen a few higher gusts up right along the Chesapeake Bay. Down at Duck Pier, a gust to 22. So nothing crazy, but it is keeping the wind chills feeling like the 30s this morning, even around the coastal areas. Once you go farther inland, it feels even chillier. And afternoon at Norfolk International, despite the air temperature being around 51, 52 degrees, it's going to feel like it's in the 40s thanks to those north winds. Chilly day shaping up. Here's some of those clouds I was just talking about as we look at downtown Norfolk. Things looking pretty good right now. 45 and partly cloudy. North wind sustained at 14 miles per hour. As you can see, those inland areas really chilly. Emporia, Roanoke Rapids, Franklin, and Ahoskie in the low 30s and even some upper 20s. We have mid-30s around Gloucester. Newport News is at 37. In Virginia Beach, we're in the mid-40s there, 49 at Duck, and upper 40s for Kill Devil Hills. You come inland a little bit, back out towards Elizabeth City, areas just off to the north, low 40s, 41 in Portsmouth, and it's 39 right now in Hampton. As we go through the day, you'll see, again, those kind of plumes of clouds coming off the bay, and they're going to be hanging with us for a little while. But generally, skies should be partly sunny to maybe even mostly sunny from time to time. We stay dry today across the metro, but as we go tomorrow, look for the showers to increase. Eventually, that rain really filling in late in the afternoon and evening tomorrow. More rain tomorrow evening, and then that moves out. By early Wednesday, skies will be variably cloudy. I think the wet weather is gone. There's a slight chance of a shower still lingering early, but look for skies to clear later in the day, and then more sunshine and cooler weather for the remainder of the work week. Rainfall amounts generally between 1/4 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch. The NAM is the outlier, that one model kind of going crazy with the rainfall, but I do expect a pretty good little soaker tomorrow night. As you can see, it stays chilly Thursday through Sunday. Bethany?
Thanks, Craig. Taking a live look over 64 in Norfolk. This has been a trouble spot for us for some time here this morning. 64 eastbound is moving fine, but then your eyes kind of go away from the interstate and move over towards what is going on here. This is Chesapeake Boulevard. This is the exit to get off on Chesapeake Boulevard. If you're more familiar with the numbers, this is 278. Exit 278 for Chesapeake Boulevard right now, coming on 64 eastbound. So the eastbound exit is completely closed. As of right now, no traffic able to move out. The hopeful sign here is I just saw another tow truck arrive, meaning hopefully they're going to get this towed out and everything move out. But as of right now, the good news is it's not affecting 64 eastbound. You can see that here, just that exit. You can take exit 277 if you would like to, or any other exit really, just that Chesapeake Boulevard one, inaccessible. But you know, if you travel this often, you can access Chesapeake Boulevard pretty easily from all the other roads. So moving fine as a whole, but I'll let you know when that reopens. Right now, the only other thing I'm monitoring, congestion on 564 West. If you're headed to the Naval Station Norfolk base, expect some delays.
Exploring the housing crisis in Hampton Roads. How much income is set aside for rent across our area?
And we're keeping an eye on any developments from the University of Virginia after a shooting killed 3 people and hurt 2 others. Misinformation is spreading quickly online. The verified information from officials straight ahead.
Legal strategies today that will win for you tomorrow. Because the future is right here, right now. And so are we, Rudder Mills, ahead of the curve.
The Rooms to Go Veterans Day sale is here, bringing extra holiday weekend savings to everyone. Now save even more on beautiful living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms. Get big savings store-wide. Plus, to make buying even easier, get 60-month interest-free financing. You get it all. Great sale prices, extra Veterans Day sales savings, and 60-month interest-free financing with low monthly payments. Don't wait. The Rooms to Go Veterans Day sale is going on right now.
Have you called Galt?
No, I just want to try.
Ow! Just call Galt.
Sure, they call it do-it-yourselfer, but you don't have to do everything. Grab that honey-do list and call Galt. From electrical installations and replacements to hanging light fixtures and minor electrical repairs, Galt has you covered 24/7. Call Galt, your energy and comfort experts, serving the greater Hampton Roads area for over 27 years.
Ow!
My name is Austin James. As a musician living with diabetes, finger sticks can be a real challenge. That's why I use the Freestyle Libre 2 system. With a painless 1-second scan, I know my glucose numbers without finger sticks. Now I'm managing my diabetes better, and I've lowered my A1C from 8.2 to 6.7.
Take the mystery out of managing your diabetes and lower your A1C. Now you know. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
or your loved one's need for a caring, personalized treatment. We are dedicated to finding new and better ways to treat cancer with ongoing research and clinical trials right here in Hampton Roads. Our team of specialized physicians and staff work together and collaborate to create a plan that helps navigate each person's journey. Knowledge is power. At Virginia Oncology Associates, we use that knowledge to help you fight cancer.
This is the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes and intelligent off-road technology, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places. The 2022 Nissan family of SUVs. Anything but basic.
Get 2.19% APR for 36 months on Pathfinder. Or get Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy.
Use contributes to 57% of all accidents. 57%. If you're in a serious accident, you know who to call. Rudder Mills.
There is an affordable housing crisis, and some advocates say it's the worst they've ever seen. Right now, a third of Hampton Roads residents spend more than 30% of their income on housing alone. Some spend more than half of their income.
And for people on low income, looking for an affordable place to stay is a serious challenge.
The number of calls we're receiving has increased. The dire situations of those calls where there's an imminent eviction with young children, how experiencing homelessness affects, you can't pay attention in school if you have, housing insecurity.
Now, an effort to find solutions. What some of those ideas include. Tonight at 6 on 13 News Now.
Back live now to Charlottesville. We now know at least 3 people were killed and 2 others hurt after a shooting on the University of Virginia campus. Our next live update from the scene just 3 minutes away.
There's a lot of speculation surrounding the situation on social media right now. We will sort through the claims so you know exactly what's happening. Daybreak will be right back.
I've been looking for a long time and not making enough.
The affordable housing crisis tonight at 6 on 13 News Now.
Nothing beats a knowledgeable meteorologist diving into a radar, analyzing what the greatest threats are, what parts of the storms are evolving.
It's getting that information to people now when they need it.
Call Pyramid Roofing today and ask for our $67 off jingle special. Hampton Road's most trusted roofer.
Whether walk for the city or truck, from Pyramid Roofing.
If you overdraw your account, Wells Fargo gives you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with a grace period? Like accidentally parking where you shouldn't.
Hey, what about this one? Nah, that one gets an extra day. Somebody got lucky.
Like having an extra day grace period? When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
If you have floors that need improvement, we've got
to build the all-new Honda CR-V Hybrid. We took everything you love about the CR-V and kicked it up a notch with excellent fuel efficiency and greater power. For a CR-V unlike any before, adventure confidently with the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
What inspires you? Imagine the possibilities at Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery. Bring your vision to us.
Shop online or schedule a one-on-one showroom appointment to discover stunning products from brands like Thermador and the best selection of lighting at build.com/Ferguson.
Innovative for chubby cheeks, for tiny little toes, for love at first sight. Chesapeake Regional Healthcare is preferred most by area moms thanks to our exceptional care during pregnancy, labor, delivery, and postpartum. Visit innovativeforlife.com.
We start this week with a tough headline. At least 3 people are dead and 2 others hurt after a shooting on the grounds of the University of Virginia. Classes canceled, students ordered to shelter in place, and right now, police are searching for that suspected shooter.
So this is who they're looking for, Christopher Darnell Jones. Detectives say that he may be behind gunshots fired late Sunday night near campus. And we have learned Christopher Jones is a student at the University of Virginia. Information still rolling in this morning.
The first reports came in just after 10:30 last night. The UVA Police Department sent out an alert about shots fired at Colbreth Garage on Colbreth Road, not far from the lawn on the campus grounds.
And we have team coverage this morning as the situation develops. Casey Baylor joins us in the studio to separate fact from speculation. But first, we begin with Alex Little-Hales.
He's live in Charlottesville right now. We learned much of this brand new information right as we came on the air at 4:30. Alex, what have you been learning from the grounds?
Dan, Ashley, it's now been 8 hours since those first reported gunshots. We actually just saw a tweet from UVA Police's their Twitter account saying that there is going to be a full search of the grounds here at UVA. So people who are passing by or maybe even on the ground should expect an increased police presence here as authorities are still searching for Christopher Darnell Jones. Classes are canceled for today. He is considered armed and dangerous. Again, that's what authorities say, and they have considered this, and they've classified this as, quote, an active shooter situation that we're still obviously learning a lot more details about. You could see behind me that there is still a pretty active investigative scene going on. We're just on the outskirts of the police perimeter here on Colbreth Road, really right at the heart of UVA's grounds. As of this moment, like I mentioned, it's been about 8 hours since those first gunshots were reported here near the center of the grounds. As you had mentioned, also, we've since learned that there are 3 fatalities, including 2 others injured as a result of those shootings. We also learned something interesting, is that it appears Jones, based on a previous football roster posted on the UVA Athletics website, Jones may have played football here at the University of Virginia dating back to 2018. Again, he is the person, he is the alleged suspect that authorities are looking for right now. There are multiple agencies in this investigation, including Virginia State Police, Charlottesville Police, UVA Police. There is a helicopter search still ongoing right now. Again, there is also a shelter-in-place order for the UVA students and really just the Charlottesville residents as a whole. So again, continuing to get new information by the half hour, really. Live in Charlottesville, I'm Alex Little-Hales for 13 News Now.
All right, Alex, thanks. Of course, we'll be checking in with you throughout the morning, and he will have more on Good Morning America at 7 a.m. But now Casey Baylor standing by with a lot of questions overnight.
Yeah, Dan, we know when something like this happens, rumors and misinformation spread quickly, and that's where the verifying team steps in. Now, shortly after word of the shooting got out, there was some speculation that another man was behind the situation, but so far we can confirm that Charlottesville police are just searching for one suspect, Christopher Darnell Jones. Another question a lot of people are waking up and asking, the number of victims and their conditions. Well, according to university officials, 3 people have died and 2 are hurt and getting medical care. Something else that caught people's attention, well, when police released one of the photos of the suspect, one of the pictures looks similar to one that university takes of student athletes, and a lot of people tied that back to the UVA football team. And we did find an archived 2018 roster with the same image showing the suspect played for UVA back in 2018, and a statement from the university president described the suspect, Christopher Jones, as one of their students. Dan, Ashley.
Okay, thank you, Casey. Now, Governor Glenn Youngkin is now responding to the news on social media.
He tweeted about a half hour ago saying, quote, Suzanne and I are praying for the UVA community. The governor also reminding people to keep sheltering in place while officers and state troopers search for the suspect.
UVA also set up an emergency hotline for family and friends with questions. You can reach it by calling 877-685-4836. Now, here's what we know at this hour. Students and faculty at UVA are being told to shelter in place nearly 8 hours after the first warning went out. At least 5 people were shot. 3 of those people have died. The suspect, Christopher Jones, is still at large. He's considered armed and dangerous. UVA police think that he's driving a black SUV with Virginia tags TWX3580. And as we learn more, we'll send breaking news alerts through our 13 News Now app. To download it, head to the App Store or Google Play.
Virginia Beach wants to hear from you about the return of Pharrell's Something in the Water Music Festival, when you can make your voice heard.
And we are live in Charlottesville. A search for a shooter underway right now following an active shooter situation on the grounds of the University of Virginia. We'll keep you updated all morning long as police release more info.
Your home with the same care and attention that we give our own homes. You can ask anyone and they'll tell you.
Atomic. Atomic.
Atomic.
Atomic plumbing is for me.
You can have it all.
When it's time to buy a used car, you want it all. Well, at Priority, we have over 1,000 used cars to choose from, with more arriving daily. Each one coming with the best money-saving value in the industry. Priorities for life. Your used car will receive oil changes for life, state inspections for life, and on many used cars, your engine guaranteed for life. Selection and value only at Priority, where
You can have it all.
G3 assistance through Virginia's community colleges is your pathway to a new future, helping those who qualify pay for school and train for the right career. Through G3, you can secure a hard-earned college education without college debt. But what happens after that?
After G3, I will be working in cybersecurity. Get a skill, get a job, get ahead.
Learn what you can be after G3 at virginiag3.com.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away.
Get 0% APR on the 2023 Santa Fe, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Plus get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
Benefits at no extra cost. Benefits that save you money, like grocery and OTC allowances. Benefits that support your health, like dental, vision, hearing, and silver sneakers. And benefits that lend a hand, like help at home and transportation. Optima Medicare. Get extra benefits with premiums as low as $0. Call 1-833-351-0923 or visit OptimaMedicare.com/enroll.
At the Decker Law Firm, we are committed to helping you every way we can. Call us today for a video conference, teleconference, or to set up an appointment. The Decker Law Firm.
Helping people.
Good morning. Welcome back to Daybreak. Here we go, guys. It is 6:38 and it is chilly. Temperatures right now in the upper 20s to low 30s inland. We do have mid 40s near the coast. It's been breezy out there as well, so it feels cooler than this. Check out these feels like temperatures. Low 30s around Hampton and Newport News. Wind chills when you factor in those north winds blowing. 33, that's what it feels like at Melfa. It's feeling like 40 in Virginia Beach, 34 around Elizabeth City. And again, as I mentioned, upper 20s inland. The wind is lighter there, so you don't have that dramatic drop off. But it is a cool start to the day. That's what you need to know. Out the door, you'll want a jacket, and you'll need it later today as well. You know, this isn't one of those days where it's going to warm up 20 degrees over what we're seeing this morning. Not for most places. Now, inland areas a little bit, but near the coast right now where we're in the mid-40s, it's only going to warm up to about 51 degrees. So not a lot of change here closer to the water. Temperatures are down quite a bit from this time yesterday. The radar is sweeping clear. These are just a few false returns. As we take a look at the bigger picture here, you can see the skies are mainly clear to partly cloudy. We do have a little bit of cloud cover coming off the bay right now. So as we take you through the day, you're going to find that mix of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures right around 51 degrees. That'll take place around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Look for chances for rain tomorrow. I'll time that out in real detail, and then we'll talk about some more temperature changes coming up. Bethany?
Thanks, Craig. Taking a look at your roads here. This is still an accident that's causing problems for us in Norfolk. This is on 64 eastbound. Let me go back and show you the camera here. 64 eastbound near Chesapeake Boulevard. This is Chesapeake Boulevard here. You can see they finally got the vehicle that was involved in this on the tow truck. This is a hopeful sign that they will tow this away shortly. As of right now, Chesapeake Boulevard is completely closed. You cannot take that exit from the eastbound side. That is exit 278. So Chesapeake Boulevard, 64 eastbound, the eastbound exit there, completely closed. It's okay though. You can access Chesapeake Boulevard from other areas and those other exits there before and after this one, so it's not a huge problem for our commute here this morning, but just know Chesapeake Boulevard is completely closed. I think with this on the tow truck, that's a good sign that they'll reopen it shortly, but just keep in mind that's going to cause a little bit of a problem. We're still dealing with this crash in Newport News. This is on Colony Road right at Warwick Boulevard, still causing delays at that intersection. Police are out that way. I'm seeing delays on US 60, Warwick Boulevard, and Colony Road, so expect that. The only other thing I'm monitoring, just that slowdown on 564 westbound. That is our peak congestion place right now. If you're heading to Naval Station Norfolk, it's our normal delays, just moving slow. 64 eastbound also starting to slow down at the HRBT. Dan.
All right, your time is now 6:40.
And terrifying moments for a store clerk. What Suffolk police say happened after two men walked into a store, guns drawn.
And we are following the breaking news out of the University of Virginia. 3 people are dead and 2 others are hurt after a shooting on grounds there. Police still searching for the shooter right now, some 8 hours later. The latest we know from police in just 2 minutes.
Fight the insurance companies, and you don't pay a penny until we win. Get back to living. Call the brothers today.
Attention homeowners, time is running out. New government regulations are driving HVAC prices higher. Call the pros at R.S. Andrews today to beat the price increase by replacing that old inefficient system with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system before prices go up. If you call now, you'll receive a free furnace with select new cooling systems and a free Nest thermostat, only from R.S. Andrews. Call 757-530-6006 to schedule your appointment.
Don't you hesitate, R.S. Andrews.
You know you can play online, right?
Thanks.
To caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients, and we're more than a hospital.
Get Hampton Road's certified most accurate forecast delivered directly to your inbox every morning with the 13 News Now Weather Wake Up. Get a breakdown of today's weather, plus insights of what's ahead. Sign up at 13newsnow.com/email to get 13 News Now's Weather Wake Up.
Toyota is the #1 selling retail brand in America, thanks to a steady supply of new vehicles, which means faster delivery to you. And now with special financing options. Choose an electrified 40 MPG RAV4 hybrid, right now with low 3.49% APR. Or take 3.49% financing on a 36 MPG Highlander hybrid. Visit your Toyota dealer and reserve yours today. Toyota, let's go places.
We are back with breaking news in Charlottesville. 3 people are dead and 2 others hurt after a shooting on the grounds of the University of Virginia. That's according to a statement from University President Jim Ryan. And the search is on for the suspect right now, who the president says is a UVA student.
So this is the student they're looking for, Christopher Jones. No word at this hour where police think he is, but he is considered armed and dangerous.
The gunshots were reported just before 11 last night at a parking garage at Colbreth Road. It's very close to the lawn on campus. Many of you familiar with that area of UVA. Right now, students and city residents being told to stay inside. They have a chopper out searching. In fact, a tweet was sent just within the last minute saying the complete search on and around the grounds is happening at this time for Christopher Jones.
Norfolk City Councilwoman and UVA alum Andrea McClellan tweeted just 15 minutes ago saying, quote, "One of the places I felt safest in my life were the grounds of UVA. This is now shattered." We turn now to 3 things to know this morning.
We start in Suffolk, where police are searching for 2 men they say held up a mini mart and then terrorized a clerk with a gun. This happened at the Happy Shopper convenience store on Carolina Road around 5:30 last night. We're told they walked in wearing masks and holding guns and demanded money from the register. Nobody was hurt, but police are searching for those suspects, and they ask anybody with info on this robbery to call police. Rivers Casino in Portsmouth is well on its way. 13 News Now got an exclusive inside look at its progress early last month. Dealers are being trained, and now the casino is ready to ingrain itself in the community. David Allen has the big announcement in just a few hours. Be sure to catch 13 News Now at noon and keep our app handy to hear Rivers Casino's big plans. And actor Alec Baldwin filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles saying he wants to clear his name after the prop gun went off and killed a cinematographer last year. He's suing the people involved in handling and supplying that gun. Baldwin is asking for a share of any damages that the script supervisor may get. The actor says he has lost opportunities and suffered trauma because of that shooting.
Good morning, I'm Eugene Daniel. Something in the Water is coming back to Virginia Beach next year, and officials want to hear from people in the community. On Tuesday, Virginia Beach will host a public comment session about the proposed contract for the popular music festival. It will take place during the city council meeting at 6 o'clock on Tuesday in council chambers on Courthouse Drive. The festival is scheduled for next April.
Governor Glenn Youngkin is talking tourism today at the VA1 Tourism Summit in Norfolk. Hundreds of tourism experts are in town for that annual conference at the main hotel downtown. The theme this year is riding new waves of tourism as Virginia continues to recover and grow from COVID lockdown.
In case you missed it, hundreds of Jeeps took over the Virginia Beach oceanfront this weekend. It was the inaugural Jeep Festival, where drivers from all along the East Coast got the chance to drive the dunes. Most decided to keep the tops on because if you stepped outside, you know, the cold air moved in yesterday and it's sticking around. 45 degrees is the magic number right now, Craig. This is staying that way the next few days.
45. That's one of our balmier temperatures right now. You go inland, Dan, we've got upper 20s out along I-95. So it is a chilly start to the day. Take a look at the headlines. Temperatures staying well below average today. We're normally at 62. I expect temperatures to be about 11 degrees or so below what we typically get. It is a beautiful start to the day right there at the ocean front. You can see we do have a little bit of cloud cover out there. We've seen some plumes of clouds where this cold air is rolling across the warmer bay and ocean waters, and that's setting up a few cloud streaks. As you can see, it's just a really, really pretty start to the day. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else you can expect. Rain is going to move in later in the day tomorrow, and then we've got more sunshine, but it will once again be cool later in the week. Now, with all this talk of cool temperatures, let's talk about fall color. High color across the region, peak color right now for our western parts of the viewing area out towards Richmond and along I-95. You keep heading out to the west, Charlottesville back down through Roanoke and areas out through Asheville and North Carolina. It's past peak. The leaves already coming down, and the leaves have kind of browned out in those areas. So this is a place to be to enjoy enjoy the color right now, and hopefully you get a chance to do that. The rain will probably strip some of the leaves across our area tomorrow, but after that, more sunshine as we finish out the week. You can see right now cloud cover off to the north. We do have those streaks we were just showing you with that live look from the ocean front. Winds are coming in from the north, and that's keeping it cool today and making it feel even cooler than it actually is. Take a look at that plume right there coming in off the Chesapeake Bay. So we'll see partly cloudy skies, a little breezy, not crazy, but a little breezy out there around Norfolk. At the airport, a 21-mile-per-hour gust. We had a gust to 20 at Saluda, 19 at Matthews and Portsmouth, Duck Pier with a gust to 21. So it's going to feel like it's in the upper 30s despite air temperatures being in the mid-40s right now. It feels a little cooler, and afternoon temperatures will only feel like it's in the mid-40s. You definitely want a coat with you today, at least a jacket and maybe a hooded sweatshirt. That sounds good, or a sweater, something to help keep you warm. It is a nice start to the day, though, and right now we're at 45 with partly cloudy skies at the airport. The winds are north at 14 miles per hour. All right, some other temperatures inland. I mentioned the cooler readings out to the west. Look at that. Chesapeake right now at 39, 35 out in Suffolk. It's 30 in Wakefield and Petersburg, 41 in Elizabeth City, and 39 up in Hampton. As we take you through the day, you're going to see the mix of clouds and sunshine. Pretty good looking day, but the temperature's just not warming up much at all. Highs upper 40s to low 50s for most of the region. Clouds roll in, and then tomorrow by afternoon, rain develops and overtakes the region. It will be a wet one with more rain across the region tomorrow evening. That moves out, I think, after midnight, and skies should be mostly cloudy as we get into early Wednesday, but becoming partly sunny. Slight chance of a lingering shower around sunrise on Wednesday, but most of the area should be dry, and then we'll look forward to more sunshine as we get into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Rainfall amounts, most of the models have been going about 1/4 of an inch to, say, 1/2 an inch, or maybe a little bit more there with the graph. But look at the NAM model. That one is the outlier. It's going with a lot more rain. I think that one is kind of out to lunch. I do expect, though, a good soaking rain. Dan just looked at me. I think it's off the mark, Dan. All right, temperatures low 50s. You can see low to mid 50s inland. Real quick, we'll look off to the north. Upper 40s, Cape Charles, 50 at Matthews. Right now around 51 is what I'm going for Newport News. We'll see the low to mid 50s for Elizabeth City, and slightly cooler at the Outer Banks. Showers develop tomorrow afternoon. They should move out Tuesday night. As we look ahead, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, looking good, but staying chilly with highs in the low 50s. Bethany?
All right, thanks, Craig. Taking a look over 64 here in Norfolk. We've been taking a look at this camera all morning. I'm happy to tell you just moments ago they reopened Chesapeake Boulevard and they zoomed out the camera. So now this is Chesapeake Boulevard. There is not a single car or police activity, nothing going on out that way. You are good to go. Chesapeake Boulevard off 64 eastbound is back open. Solid news as we hit 7 o'clock, which is when 64 traffic starts picking up. So good news for us there. No longer an issue on 64 eastbound or Chesapeake Boulevard. The rest of our viewing area, really great commute for you if you're stepping out the door. I'm not seeing any other problems. We had one crash here on Colony Road and Warwick Boulevard. This is causing a little bit of slowdown at the intersection in Newport News, but really not affecting us in a major way. I'm not seeing major delays with that. Where I am seeing delays, 564 West. If you are headed to Naval Station Norfolk this morning, and Hampton Boulevard starting to pick up too. We always see congestion this time in the morning, but today it's a bit heavier than normal. If you're heading to Naval Station Norfolk, I would leave about 5 minutes earlier than normal today, just because a little heavier congestion than what we're used to. 64 eastbound to HRBT, the only other slowdown of the morning. That's normal congestion for us for this time in the morning. We'll be back with one thing you need to know.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away.
Get 0% APR on the 2023 Tucson, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Plus get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
My name is Austin James. As a musician living with diabetes, finger sticks can be a real challenge. That's why I use the Freestyle Libre 2 system. With a painless 1-second scan, I know my glucose numbers without finger sticks. Now I'm managing my diabetes better, and I've lowered my A1C from 8.2 to 6.7.
Take the mystery out of managing your diabetes and lower your A1C. Now you know. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
These beautiful baths can be installed by December 22nd. Take advantage of our Easy Pay program. No money down, no payments till 2024, or payments as low as $99 a month. We'll even throw in 50% off labor. Let us put our 52 years of experience and customer trust to work for you. Get your dream bath by December 22nd from Jacuzzi Bath Remodel by Mr. Fix-It.
We have more tires to kick at Casey Auto than anyone else in Hampton Roads. Don't waste your time waiting. We've got inventory for you. Come kick all the tires you want. And if you don't see what you're looking for, just ask. We'll find it for you. Our expert tire kickers will help find the perfect bounce to meet your needs. If you're going to kick with anyone, come kick with Casey. The only name you need to know.
Good Morning America is just a few minutes away. Here's a sneak preview.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Alec Baldwin's new lawsuit to, quote, clear his name in the fatal shooting of Rust cinematographer Helena Hutchins. The star and producer, Baldwin, adamant that he was told by crew members the gun had no live ammunition, alleging the crew was negligent and failed to maintain a safe set. His attorney saying in a statement, more than anyone else on that set, Baldwin has been wrongfully viewed as the perpetrator of this tragedy. The armorer in question, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, responding with her own statement through her lawyer, writing, Baldwin is solely responsible for the harm that happened. He rejected training and pointed the gun and pulled the trigger without the armorer being present. His arrogance is astounding. It's his fault, period. And we'll have much more on Alec Baldwin's new lawsuit coming up at 7 a.m., plus live legal analysis from Dan Abrams. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mola Lengi, ABC News.
We're back now with one thing you need to know.
So 5 people we've learned this morning have been shot on the grounds of the University of Virginia. 3 of them died from their injuries, and hours after the shooting, the scene still very active at UVA. Gunshots were reported around 10:30 last night at Colbreth Garage near the center of the grounds there.
Yeah, police are searching for Christopher Darnell Jones, who the school president says is a student at UVA. We're told he is armed and dangerous. Right now, police are doing a complete search on and around UVA grounds. Police in the area and people in the area, I should say, are still under a shelter-in-place order. Classes are canceled today at the university.
And understandably so, as this investigation still very much underway. It's a story we'll be tracking all day. Our reporter Alex Littlehales has been live on the scene all morning, and he will have a live report coming up in just 3 minutes on Good Morning America.
Turning now to take a final look at your traffic here this morning. Moving steady. We had an accident on 64 eastbound in Norfolk near Chesapeake Boulevard. That has cleared out. You are good to go. The accident on Colony Road in Newport News also just cleared, so you're fine there as well. We do have a disabled vehicle on the high-rise bridge on the outer loop causing a little bit of slowdown, but nothing crazy if you're stepping out. And the only other slowdown I'm watching here, 564 west and 64 east. This is congestion. This is normal for this time in the morning. I will say if you're traveling toward Naval Station Norfolk, Hampton Boulevard and 564 West, about 5 minutes slower than what we're used to. So leave the house maybe 5 to 7 minutes early this morning.
All right, we've got a live look at the Battleship Wisconsin Winterfest on the Wisconsin. Still a few of the lights on, but what a pretty start to the day right there in the downtown area. We're at 45 degrees. It is chilly, feeling pretty winter-like, especially inland with temperatures in the low 30s and upper 20s out towards I-95. Guys, you want to bundle up because it's not going to warm up much at all today. We'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures only around 51, so this is cool for this time of year. Tonight's lows near 43, partly cloudy, then rain develops later in the day tomorrow afternoon and evening. Plan on the rain. We'll see clearing on Wednesday and beautiful but chilly through the upcoming weekend.
All right, Craig, thanks for that. And again, we're going to have the latest on this active investigation trying to find the shooter overnight from University of Virginia. We'll have the latest coming up on Good Morning America.
Yeah, that report just a couple minutes away. Take care, everybody.
Some, winter solstice is the darkest day all year, when you're trapped inside waiting for cabin fever. But to Closet Factory customers, the winter solstice is time to celebrate the space they rethought, re-inspired, and re-miracled into the happiest, clutter-freest part of home. We want you to get some of that Closet Factory magic now until December 21st. You'll get $250 in free accessories with any new storage solution from Closet Factory. Now through the solstice only at Closet Factory and ClosetFactory.com.
Every baby makes the world brighter. And at the Chesapeake Regional Healthcare Birthplace, we welcome more than 3,000 babies a year with exceptional, award-winning care during pregnancy, labor, delivery, and postpartum. We're preferred most by area moms. And we think babies like us too. Innovative, for chubby cheeks, for tiny little toes, for love at first sight. Innovative for life. Chesapeake Regional Healthcare.
Good morning, America. Police are searching for a gunman in Virginia after another college shooting. Breaking overnight, shots fired at the University of Virginia. At least 3 people killed. The gunman, who police say is a student armed and dangerous, is still at large. People on campus told to shelter in place. We're there live on the scene.
Also this morning, President Biden and the Democrats' narrow victory in the Senate, and now a chance to expand their number of seats as the race in Georgia heads to a runoff, with the House still up for grabs.
President Biden meeting Chinese President Xi this morning in a high-stakes summit, talking Taiwan, trade, and China's growing nuclear stockpile.
ABC News exclusive. Former Vice President Mike Pence one-on-one with David Muir. For the first time, Pence on his duty, his role on January 6th, what he says about the former president's actions, and will he support Trump if he runs in 2024?
Liberated after months of Russian occupation, President Zelensky and Ukrainians celebrating after regaining control of one of their key cities. We're live on the scene with reunions breaking out in the streets.
Airshow horror after 2 vintage World War II planes collided in midair, killing 6 people. Plus, the passenger who got through TSA with 2 box cutters then threatened passengers on his flight. We hear from some who were on board after the major security breach.
Flu season spike. 22 states getting hit hard right now. California setting up overflow tents at hospitals. How to protect your family with the holidays coming up. White House advisor Dr. Jha joins us live.
And Dolly Parton is given a whole lot. The big award for her big heart. What she says she'll do with the $100 million from Jeff Bezos. Plus, you'll go crazy for our new cross-country competition. We're a bit occupied, but no matter how you slice it, it's gonna be a sweet morning.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. We hope you're doing well this Monday morning. We have some tough news.
Yeah, George, Robin, we start here as we come on the air. There's an urgent manhunt underway after shots were fired at the University of Virginia. This is a breaking story from overnight. At least 3 people have been killed.
And police say the gunman is a student, armed and dangerous. Let's go to Alex Littlehales from our Virginia affiliate, WVEC, who is there live on the scene for us. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Robin. The 22,000 students here at the University of Virginia still asked to shelter in place after that horrific overnight shooting near the campus grounds. As you can see behind me, still a very active investigative scene here in Charlottesville.
This morning, a massive manhunt at the University of Virginia. Authorities searching for Christopher Darnell Jones Jr., a student at the university who police allege shot at least 5 people on this campus bus, killing 3.
I have 2 people shot. 1 person at the UVA box office, way down, and 1 person at the Colbert garage, shot in the chest, Another woman shot. Where you shot at? In her leg.
The shots first reported at 10:30 p.m. at a garage near the center of campus.
I heard the gunshots when they originally happened. I'm terrified. I have no words. I never thought I'd be in that kind of situation. It's like I'm calling my family, my friends.
The university canceling all classes for the day as frightened students shelter in place.
I've just been up here because I don't want to go downstairs with an active shooting and suspects still not found.
The suspect last seen wearing a burgundy jacket, blue jeans, and red shoes, and may be driving a black SUV with a Virginia license plate.
It's sad that we have to go through this as college students. It's always been a fear of mine growing up.
The UVA Athletics website lists the suspect as a one-time member of the football team back in 2018, but he did not play any games. His player bio also says he was a member of the National Honor Society. Robin.
All right, Alex, appreciate your reporting and being there for us this morning. TJ.
And Robin, we turn now to our Chief Justice Correspondent, Pierre Thomas. Pierre, we are on the air with you far too often having these conversations about gun violence in this country, and here we go, this time talking about it once again on a campus at a school.
TJ, good morning. The tragic shooting at UVA is just the latest example of the nation's chronic epidemic of gun violence. This is the second significant shooting on a Virginia college campus in less than a year. Last February, 2 campus police officers were killed at Bridgewater College, which is just 3 hours from UVA. With at least 5 people shot, last night's incident at UVA qualifies as a mass shooting. There have been 598 mass shootings in the nation this year. That's a slightly lower number than the same time last year, but there's no reason to celebrate because the number of shootings in this country is still so much higher than it was in just 2019. As someone who grew up an hour from UVA, this is shocking and something that will truly shake that close-knit community, George.
There's no question about that. Okay, Pierre, thanks very much. We're going to get the latest now in the midterm elections. Democrats have kept control of the Senate with the win in Nevada over the weekend. Control of the House not settled yet. Congressional correspondent Rachel Scott tracking it all from Capitol Hill. Good morning, Rachel.